What is up, everybody? Welcome to the TechHub.training Excel Smarty School Supplies Challenge Solution. Thanks for coming to the website and trying out this challenge. Let's get right into it. So, pull up my solution file. And as you can see, this was the data that you were given. Invoice number, date, customer number, address, invoice number, item number, product number, price. So in this data set, you can see, invoice number repeats, date repeats, there's lots of repetitions in almost every column, right? And so this creates problems when you need to go and update, say, a record for Michael Johnson. Then you have to go and update this record, that record, that record, that record, instead of just doing it once. Same with the address. Any problem with the address, you're going to have to update all of the different instances. And so the point of third normal form is to create different tables that you have one table that can reference smaller tables, so you can update things much more efficiently. So going into how we can separate this out, I gave you all a hint to think of it, break it up into customer, invoice, products, and invoice item, which will be our master transaction file. So first look at customer. We got to look at the data set and see which columns relate to customer. So we have customer number, and address, right? And I asked also that we split up the customer into first name, last name, and the address into the address, city, state, and zip code. So as we go here, so now, Michael Johnson, first name, last name. I just used the text to column, did until the next space for the name. And here, what I did was just split up the address. I did the text to column up until the comma. And I did that again for this other half to get the city and state and zip codes parsed. But now you can see all we have to do now, the unique identifier for each customer is the customer number, which is the primary key in this table. So now if I need to update any customer information for Sarah, I can just go to the customer table, update her, instead of having to go to this, I have to update her 3 times. So again, there it is, customer number, first name, last name, address, city, state, zip code. And now as we go back to the master data, think about the invoice. So which columns relate with invoice? And so obviously we got the invoice number, and that happens on a specific date. And each invoice is only associated with one customer, as you can see here. So that's also a unique identifier. So if we go to the invoice table, we have one invoice, one date, and the customer number, which is a foreign key in this table, which is a primary key in the customer table. So now if I need to change anything to any invoice, change the date or the customer number, I do that one time instead of having to come here and make multiple updates. Now we move to product. What uniquely identifies, the product? What is with the product? So we have the product number, and that's associated with the price, right? And so make this table with the product number, what the product name is, and then the price in dollars. Save space not to have any extra symbols in the database. So we eliminate the $. But yeah, that's the product's number. So now any changes to price, or if we need to add any more products, we can just go to this table instead of having to make multiple updates and have inefficient updates to the database. And now the invoice item master transaction table. So this will have to reference the products and the invoice, which references the customer number. So that's referenced all these other tables. So as we see here, invoice item number, we have the invoice number, which if we go to the invoice, we can see, so invoice 113 has the customer number and date. So we see 113 has the 456, which we go to the customer table, and that's Michael Johnson. And so the invoice item number is a unique table because the invoice number and the invoice item number are what uniquely identifies it. So these are a joint key, because you're not going to have, in the same invoice, the same item number, right? You're not going to have two ones. So this is what uniquely identifies it, and then the product number. So 113, first item on that invoice is product number 83519. You go here, 85319 is the highlighters, and that is, 1450. And yeah, that's how we can make this table into third normal form. So we have the customer table, invoice, products, invoice item. All right, thanks for watching, and continue to come visit our website and practice your technology skills.